Hi, in this video, we are going to use GreenShift to build this section along with the core framework. GreenShift is a page builder in WordPress that we can use to build any section with the Gutenberg editor itself. Okay, it will work along with the Gutenberg, but it will provide additionally it will provide CSS classes options, so we can you know use CSS styles within the Gutenberg builder. Okay, and the core framework is a CSS framework that will provide utility CSS classes that we can use to build any sections easily. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how we can use these core framework classes and how we can set up the core framework along with GreenShift. Okay, in my local environment, I have core framework and GreenShift, and I have enabled the GreenShift. If you go to the GreenShift, I have selected the content block as a professional block, which I am going to use green light elements mostly. Okay, and here on global settings, it is better we can set up a local fonts here. Okay, and this this reference site has a premium font, which I don't have, so I am going to use the Google free fonts that are moreover alternative to this premium fonts. Okay, and for the H1 they have Gluck, and the H2 they have another premium font which I am going to use instead of this premium font. I'm going to use Open Sans for the backup tag. Okay, how we can download the this Google Fonts and add it to the GreenShift. Okay, I'm going to explain that. Let me go to the Google Font. Okay, I searched Gluck and it shows the alternative version of this premium font. Okay, and here to get this font, if I click here, and it will load two options to download that and get the embedded code. A download, it will provide uh, the font in TTF format. That also fine, but it is when compared to OOF format, it will be a font size, big font file size. Okay, so let us go with OOF 2 format. How we can download the OOF 2 format means if you go to here on get embedded, we will get the embedded core, right? You can see now it shows Gluck along with the OpenSense because I have already added the OpenSense into the selected font family. So it shows the Gluck along with the OpenSense. Okay, and if you copy this and paste it here, it will load all the font weight version, okay, version of this OpenSAS as Gluck. And here, Gluck has 3 versions, and we need Latin version. Okay, just copy this source file and paste it in new tab. What it will do means it will allow us to download that font family with in OOF format. Okay, since I have already downloaded that, I'm going to cancel this. Okay, and the same thing we have to follow for the OpenSense font family also. You can see it's Latin extension, but the font style is italic. We need a normal font style. So, okay, so I'm going to go back, scroll down and get this normal font style version with okay with font weight 300 to 800. I'm going to just copy this source URL and paste that in new tab. And it once I click enter, it will allow us to download. We can rename it, okay, as per our wish. Okay, let's go back to the GreenShift setting and let's name this as a Gluck. And that version that we download, the font family is in OOF 2 format. Okay, so I'm going to select this and select the OOF format. Okay, and open this. And let's add another one. Let's call this as open sans and upload that as well. Save this. Okay, now we have added a local font in GreenShift. And here under the breakpoints, we have to set the content width. This is most important step here because we have to set the container width of the website. Normally, in this reference website, they have something around 1366. Let us keep the same thing. Okay, let us keep 1366 and save this. We please remember this content width because we have to set the same thing on core framework also. Okay, let's go to the once we install the GreenShift. I almost forgot. We can use block themes. Now for this tutorial, I'm going to use the GreenShift theme, which is a free theme. You can search and install it. Okay, if you click add theme and search GreenShift, it will come here. Okay, on the search. Okay, since already I have already downloaded that, so I'm going to activate that. Okay. That's it. We have completed the GreenShift configurations. Let us go to the plugin and enable the core framework. Now I have enabled the core framework. Let's go to the core framework and set up the core framework. We need a full experience, so I am going to set up everything. Select this option. Okay, we can select variable only and empty. Also, we can start from scratch. But I let us go with the full. All the options. Okay, let's continue, and we are going to use Gutenberg, right? So I have selected the Gutenberg and select this. And here roots font size is 100%. For this tutorial, I'm going to set like that. We can set it 62.5 also as per our design needs. Okay, let's finish it. Once I finish the setup wizard, and it shows all the options that comes with the core framework. And here initially we have to set the primary and secondary color. Here in our reference website, you can see here. Let's go to the website here section, and they have a primary color. Let's go to the primary color. Here is the primary color. I'm going to copy this and use it here. Let's make this as a hexa and change that into hexa. Okay, and the secondary color is here. Okay, and let's change this into this is we will do this as per our design. Okay, once if we have a Figma design to say for our website, then we definitely we will have a color palette slide, and then from there we can select the primary and secondary. Okay, this is matter step when we set up core framework initially. Okay, and we don't have a tertiary color, so I keep those default one. Okay, and let me save this. Then here typography, it provides lot of options. Okay, but the typography it is working as a fluid typography. So if you take text M, that is the paragraph text. Okay, and the maximum font size for the paragraph is 18 pixel and minimum is 16 pixel. That is for the mobile device. If you scroll down, if you see the same paragraph text on mobile, it will be displayed in 16 pixel font size, and if it in desktop it shows as 18 pixel. Okay, it automatically calculate these values, and it has these css variables that we use on our website in our blogs, I mean the in sections and landing pages. Okay, mostly we will use the css variables that are provided by the core frameworks. Okay, these are the css variables, and it also provide the scale ratio also we can change according to our needs, but I am going to leave it as it is for this video. Okay, and additionally it provide the scaling option that also is a fluid scaling, so it will automatically these the spacing will be resized from 28 pixel to 16 pixel for the medium size, and for the small size and extra small size, and it will automatically calculate it based on that. Is the beauty of these frameworks. Okay, so we can just use the CSS variables wherever we need, and it will automatically, calculate those spacing values. Okay. Here also it has a scaling ratios. We'll keep it as it is. Additionally, it provide a lot of utility classes like padding left, padding right for them. Okay, margins, everything. Here it's a component that is it's another feature that we can create a custom component and use it on our website wherever in whatever pages we want. And if you like to do any changes, we come here and do the component changes. Then it will automatically reflect on all those pages. Okay, that is the beauty of the component, and we are not going to use it in this video. Just I like to inform you about these components. Okay, and layout. Definitely, we will use this grid variables mostly because we are in order to create this layout, two column layout. We will use this column one, column two, this type of CSS variables. Okay, and it will have additional CSS variables which will be useful in different scenarios. Okay, but in our tutorial we are going to use this column CSS. Okay, and here designs, it has provided border radius also. Okay, and shadows, everything. Okay, it provides a lot of options which if you check it, you will love it. Okay, and here fonts, it also provide import a Google font, but it is more convenient to import the Google font as a local font in GreenShift, because I will explain that in the editor. Okay, and here it provide additional options. Okay, check it when you get a chance. Okay, I'm since for the scope of this video, I'm going to go skip this other options. Okay, it also provide utility classes for display non display workflow hidden like that. Okay, here let's go to the important step. In the preference, it shows the maximum screen width. Here, remember, we have set 1366 as a container width, right? We have to say the same thing here. Based on this value only, it will calculate the spacing and typography sizes. Okay, so this is most important step here. Okay, make sure that you save it once you change it. Okay, that's it. We have completed the core framework setup also. Let's go to a page. Let's create a page, and let's name this as a test page and publish it, and see that on front end. You can see it's just empty page. Let's create this section. Okay. Okay. Let me click this. Okay. Okay. How here? Let's debug what are the section we have to. What are the elements we need? Okay. Section, and it has two columns. On the left column, we have a heading, text, and a city button, and right column just like image. Okay. Let's go to element here. GreenShift provides the green light elements section element. That is what we need. And within that, we need a container. Okay, let's open this. Okay, here we need a container. How we can add that? We can add that through div element. Div element is one of the block that comes with the green light blocks. Okay, if you click it, it will add it as a div element. And the beauty of the div element is we can change this div element whatever we want. I mean the tag of the div element. Initially it is a div. We can change that into heading one, heading two, whatever we want. Okay, let's keep this as a div. And here we need two blocks, right? Two columns. So I'm going to add another div. Okay, and within that, on the parent div, let us create another div. Okay, so this. Okay, this will be a left column. Okay, and this will be a right column, and this will be a container. Okay, and this will be our section element. Let's rename this as a header. Okay, okay. Now within this we need heading and paragraph tag and button, right? Let's create that. Here, if you click this, it will provide the option to add option, and here I'm going to select div element. Okay, anyway, we need h1, right? So what we can do, we select div element. Now go back to the tag and change that into H1. That's it. We change that into that element, change that into H2. And this content block, we have to change that into text because we need just a heading text, not a H1. Within that H1, we are not going to display any other things like images, whatever. So let's change that into text. That's it. It will show the, now we have a heading one. And let's copy the same thing and here, hit this, okay? And on heading 2 on the paragraph tag, let us copy this. And here, how we can add the paragraph tag, the same approach. Let's go click the parent element, left column, and click the plus sign, and select the div element. And in the div element, change that into paragraph. And here content, we are not going to put any element within the paragraph, so we just need a paragraph text. So I select text and pasted the text here or here, whatever, in which wherever you paste it, it will automatically add it. Okay, now I have added it. Now let's go to the parent element and click the button and select the div element. Here now we need CTA, right? CTA means this is a hyperlink. So we can change that. In the tag option, we have to select the a tag, and here we have to select the text. That's it. Now, what's the name? See it in action. It's a label. Okay. See it in action. And the link will be for the, let us add hashtag for this. Okay. Now, let's on the right column, what we have image. Okay, for the image we should have a image wrapper, so we can resize it automatically. So I'm going to, in the right column, I'm going to add a div element, and on the div element I'm going to change that into figure. So we could, within that figure we can have an image. You can see here now I leave this as a block because within this figure tag we are going to have an image. And here, once I add a div element, that figure tag will be the parent of the div element. And in the div element, I'm going to select this as an image. Once I select image, it will automatically show the image options and open the media library. I have already uploaded the image, so I'm going to select that one and select this one. Okay. Now we have all the elements that we need. Now we are going to style that. Before styling, I'm going to rename this as per our, as per, uh, to make it convenient for us. Okay. And just it's a text, and this is a CTA, and this will be a media wrapper, and this will be a media. You can rename it with whatever name. Okay, just for our for our convenience. Okay, so when we see that in later, in few, after 6 months, we can see, once see it, we can understand it clearly. So that only. Okay, let's save this and see that in front end how it is looking. Okay, now we can see all the elements, but there is no styling because we are yet to add that. Okay, let's select the whole section and add the class. Okay, here GreenShift provide the class options. Along also the core framework also provide the options. Let's go from, let us start with the GreenShift. Okay, here I'm going to add a class for this section. Okay, and the class will be a local class. It provide different class types. Okay, the local and the global is the most important things. Local means if you add a class as a local class and add a style to that, then that style will be available within the page only. It won't be available on other pages. But if you add it as a global class, then the style will be available on other pages. So if you just if you select the same class on other elements in other pages, then the same style will be applied. Okay. In our this, for this tutorial, I'm going to use local class. Okay, so I want the styles for these elements within this class only, not in other pages. Okay, and and I'm going to add the class. Now you can see for the header section, I added a class header section. And let's add this here. Header section and container. For the container, I just rename this as a container like this. This is a beam conversion. It's the format that we use to create a class name, conveniently. Okay, it's one of the it's a beam is a beaming. It's a naming convention that we use for the class names. That will be easy to identify the attributes, elements, everything. Okay, yeah. Once you there is a lot of video about this one, so I'm not going to go through this. If you want, you can search in Google and understand it even clearly. Okay. Okay. Here it's okay. Did I add that? Okay. It's okay. I haven't added that. Okay. I'm going to select this a local class and add this. And here left column, I'm going to you might get confused. It has provided classes here. This is the CSS core framework utility class option, and this is the GreenShift option. Okay, there is a slide. There should be a gap between that. I hope the GreenShift will fix this issue because if there is a gap, then it will be more convenient for us to include the class easily. Okay, and here the section and what will be here. It's a left column. So let me rename it, name it as a left and local class. You can see local class. And here, okay, here the section and it's a heading, right? So, okay, and here, oh, what happened here? I can't see this. Mm. Oh, did I add the default Gutenberg paragraph tag? It seems like okay. Let's create a new div element, okay, and change that into paragraph tag, and just change that into text. Okay, yeah. Now this is the text that we need here. We don't want this one. Okay, the reason is if you add a default paragraph tag that comes with the Gutenberg, then you can't add the classes to that, like what we can do on GreenShift paragraph tag. Okay, okay. Here, let me add class for this paragraph tag. I name it as dash dash text, header section text, and this for the edit CTA. Okay, and name this as a local class. And here, right, and you can also here type and add this as plus. If you click this, and then it will create this as a local class. Okay, that is even more convenient for us. Okay, here the media wrap, and here header section media. Okay. It is okay. You can see what is the problem. If I type here, it shows the previous class that I have added, but it is not showing add button. So what I'm going to do means I'm going to do that here. Okay, media and select the local class and add that. Okay, now we have added classes. Let us style that. Okay, what's a background color they have? Okay, here they have used gradient, it seems like, okay? And they have used 65-degree gradient, okay? And primary color and secondary color. Let's select this primary color, okay? And go to the header and make sure that you select the header section and go to the color option and the background, select gradient and select 65-degree. That is what they in the reference site here. Select the set the primary color as a first one, and here for the secondary, let's for the second one Let's select the secondary one here and select the secondary. Okay, now we have the gradient effect for this. Okay, and go to the container, and here only we are going to use the core framework options. Let's select the search option of this. Okay, and here select column 2. Once you select it, can you see the column slide up, and now we have a 2 column. Okay, that is the beauty of the core framework, so we can use the classes that are created by that, so we can use it. And the gap, we can use L. Okay, now I have added gap. Let's save this and see that in front end. Can you see? Now we have that. Okay, why it's the tag is not displaying? Oh, we haven't add a tag of text here. Okay, let's take here in the tag of tag. Let me add this tag of text and see. Oh, okay, now it's added. Okay, let's what we can do. Let's select the let's add a spacing between the padding top and bottom. How we can add it? Select the header section and go to the padding option. Okay, here is the padding option, and here we select, here we can select the variables. Okay, and we are going to use, let me refresh this one. We are going to use the core framework spacing. Okay, I'm going to use space XL. Okay, that was I think what is the spacing here? What is what's spacing, how much spacing they have? 90 pixels. So what we can do means we can use almost this one, space 3, 3XL. And here I'm going to paste that CSS variable. Okay, and here bottom you can add the spaces, but you can see it's not applying. Why? Because we have the default classes that comes with the GreenShift, and it provide the options for the top spacing and bottom spacing. Okay, that is the reason why it is not applying. Now let's go to the header, and it has an option called give high priority. If I give this, what it will do means it will give high priority to our custom classes. So our styles will be applied with important parameter, important tag. Okay, let me show that in front end. You can see here now spacing is applied, and if you debug it, you can see here on our section on the styles. See, our CS variables is applied, and it shows important for the padding top and bottom. Okay, now let's come to the heading. Here in the heading, we need it. We need to change the font family. That is where we use the local font of the concept. Glook. Select the Glook. Okay, you can see it's selected Google Glook, and it seems like I have selected a italic version. So let's skip this for now. And here color, the text color, we are going to change that into FFF. Okay, and for the let's go to the, okay. I think it applies not only it applies the default margin. Okay, okay, default margin. So I'm going to remove the override the default margin by giving 0, 0 for this class, heading class. Under the flag of tag, let's change the color to white. Okay, maybe it's white. And on the font family, we like to change that into open sans. Okay, now we can apply this local font family that we have added in the GreenShift settings here. Okay, and the font size will be same thing. I think we can leave it as it is. Otherwise, we can go to the typography and find the same font text medium and use that CSS variable. You can see now the medium font variable font medium font size is applied to the paragraph tag. Okay, like that we can do. And for the font size of the heading, I haven't add that. So let's go to the, what is the size of this? 59 pixels. So where I think this size is more or less same. So let's copy this one and select this here. Okay. Okay. Now let's style the CTA. Okay. Select the CTA classes and what they did. Background white and okay, white background, white color, and they don't have a text decoration. Okay, none. And I'm going to give a padding. Here we can copy the padding spaces here from our, we can use the core framework spacing. I'm going to use, what's the padding size they have? Okay, what is the padding size they have? 16 pixel. Okay, 16 pixel and yeah, left and right 33 pixel. So here we can use, it's space X and space M for the left and right. Okay, for the space top we can use, and we can this is just we are referring the website, so we might change that. Okay, as per our design, if we have a Figma design, we will know that exact size, and we can apply it here. But for the sake of this tutorial, I'm just using the core framework variables. Now you can see I have applied here. Now I can apply the uh, box, border radius, and I think it is around how much it is border radius. Come on. Okay, okay, okay. Border. Okay, 16 pixel. Let's name the let us give the 16 pixel. Okay, and we can use core framework styles also, but I'm going to set this as a 16 pixel. Now you can see here. Okay, and how we can add the hovering effect. For that, make sure that you select the uh, class and button class and select the header here. We set this as hover, and this is the attribute, hover attribute that we need to apply. Okay, and here I'm going to, okay, initially it will show that in primary color, and on hover on it shows the black color. Okay, so first on hover I'm going to change the font color to black. Okay, it's already in black. Okay, let's go to the that parent version. Okay, and here I set that into primary color. Okay, and if you, let's save this and see how it is displaying on the front end. Okay, it is not applying. Let's see. Oh, our okay. Oh, okay. Let's select this and see this. Let's refresh it. Okay. Our effect is applying, but we need a transition effect. Okay, you can see here it has a transition effect with easing out. background color. Okay, so how we can add that? We can add in multiple way. We can just add the transition effects directly in CSS styles. Okay, here we can add the CSS style directly, or we can go to this transition option. Okay, and add that here. You can say it as, and here 0.3, I think so. Or they how much what transition effect they have provided? Let's 0.3 seconds. Okay, and ease in out. Let's save this and see that on front end. Oh, I have added that on. Okay, I have added that on hover effect. Okay, let's go to the parent and add that here 0.3 and ease in. Okay, save this and I hope it's okay. Now you can see it applied. Okay, now if we now it's already we have image and it is playing fine with that. Now if we hover, if you reduce the screen, you can see it's we have to make this column as a one column. Okay, and push this image to the bottom. How we can do that? It's very easy using, let's go to the container, okay, which hold that left and right column. Here we already have a column 2. That is why it is displaying 2 columns. Now let's add another class here, column, and if you scroll down, you can see column 2, column 1 on Excel. Excel means medium size. I mean extra large, and here, I'm going to select column 1 on large screen. Large screen means iPad size screen, 992 pixel below for screen size. Okay, I'm going to select this and save this. And let us refresh this and see whether it's working. Now you can see it's automatically make this as a one column when we when we go below the screen size of 992. Okay, usually it's in iPad size. Okay, and if in desktop, it will be in 2 column. Okay, this is how we can use core framework. Just this is just a tip of iceberg, but we can use you know, you can use it for all the CSS properties like like margin, background, everything. Okay, you can. I just used in the button. I have used fixed value for the border radius, but we can use the border radius from here also. Okay, we can use this border radius also. The reason why we can use this, once you use it, it will automatically, it will be fluid. Okay, you can see here. I have select the heading, and you can see the computed property of the font size. It's 56, right? Now I'm going to resize the font size. Keep eye on here. It is automatically resizing based on the screen resolution. So that is the beauty of fluid typography. Not only the typography, you can this spacing also, it will it will be calculated automatically. Okay, by default for the desktop, the spacing will be, and let me, okay, padding top and padding bottom will be 112, right? If I resize, keep eye on that. Okay, if I resize the screen, you can see now it reduced to 93. Automatically, it will reduce it. That is the beauty of fluid spacing, also. Okay, yeah. Uh, I hope I have shared the basic functionality of the core framework with the GreenShift. If you like to have a similar video or any other options that you like to see, please let me know in the comments. I'm happy to create a separate video for that. Okay. If you like the video, please click like and share my video. Thank you.